There is lack of finances to do some of these things. We are just starting the financial year and the budget has already started running. And out there you cannot do things on credit nowadays. So majorly that's the reason why we're not able to get all the copies required.
Governor, your response is going to cause us problems and an unnecessary debate.
I'm just being truthful.
Yes, you can be truthful, but what we expect from you is if the Senate on 27th of June, on 17th of June, took a view when it came to procedural issues, we shouldn't come back to Nairobi and spend time on procedural issues, particularly documentation. Initially, your team produced 5 copies. Then they miraculously produced another 3 copies. I mean, it's a joke. Stop shielding your staff from obvious inefficiencies. Because I thought I was going to make this matter very easy so that we proceed. But when you start giving some of those stories, I think we need to take these proceedings more seriously.
There could be a very serious challenge there in Transzoia that we are not able to run copies.
This is like 2 reams of paper. We are just saying really seven more of this. If you did 8, doing 7 more of this.
So because Governor, for us as a Senate, we are under the impression that counties have been properly resourced and financed. We have passed the Division of Revenue. We have passed CARA. What? Just explain the challenge kidogo, because I'm honestly also quite surprised that Transzoia is basically running on fumes. There's no money to run copies.
Mr. Chairman, there is no money. We all received 1 disbursement for July.
July?
Yes. There is no money. I know we run these copies in Nairobi, not in Transzoia. Who is going to do this on credit? So when I say there is no money, I'm just being truthful. I'm not giving excuses. It's just the truth. You want to run 15, you have got money for 8.
Governor,
what do you do?
It is 1 minute to midday. We are not going to waste time on this matter. I've given the directive that we shall proceed, and if we get to a point where the inadequacy of copies handicaps us, we'll terminate these proceedings. But the direction we are taking is a direction where we'll start arguing over whether money is in the county, whether the governor is not doing what the Senate requires, and it will automatically result in a termination. We are interested in dealing with the substantive issues raised by the Auditor General in Transzoia. There was a question as to the lack of ambition, where you are effectively collecting 261 million versus a target of 2 billion.
Mr. Chairman, we've not shared with the CRA the formula they used to come up with the 4 billion, 2 billion. I don't think if the total wealth of Transzoia even now is 4 billion shillings. That's a lot of money.
4 billion? No, I think the auditor tells us that it has been revised downwards to 2 billion, which sounds reasonable. Have you done your own mapping?
I don't think so.
My understanding was that the 2 billion was a negotiated position. Was it not? That the CRA had proposed 4 point something, then it was contested, and then stepped down to 2 billion.
Chairman, personally, I've not engaged in any negotiation with CRA over this figure.
But as a CEO of the entity, what is your on-source revenue? What's your estimated on-source revenue potential? Because that is something that your receiver of revenue should have at hand. It should guide your budgeting. It should guide your, driven by your finance bill.
Mr. Chairman, the receiver of revenue has not told us how they arrived at 4 billion shillings. Because I'm looking at my account, where am I going to get 2 billion shillings?
The receiver of revenue is your appointee. Leave alone the CRA. I'm now asking, in your own assessment, what is your OSR potential? We can forget about the CRA for a minute.
Yeah, my potential, from what I've been telling my team, is that we look at how much the county council of Transzoia was collecting before the advent of devolution, and how much the Kitale municipality was collecting, and in total it was about 800 million with the fewer revenue streams. So that was such as a baseline for us, that can we meet what we were collecting before devolution. That's 800 million. We can put a markup, maybe 400 million. That will give us about 1.2 billion. It's reasonable, can be explained. But this other one of 4 billion really is just big.
So even if you are to use the 800 million, the fact is you are collecting just about a quarter of what the defunct authorities were collecting.
True.
Isn't that a cause for concern?
Major cause.
So I think we now need to understand some of the measures being taken.
Chair Makiu, this is 15 years down the line.
When the economy has grown.
When the municipalities were collecting 800 and you are collecting a quarter. So it means there is a bigger problem. And I thought the governor, you said you have mapped more revenue streams, which are much more than under municipalities. So where is the challenge? And I remember when we went through ICT committee, and Governor, at that point you told us that some officers had been fired because they have been pocketing revenue. Is it still the position?
Actually, the problem we had was initially all revenue collectors were voluntary staff. So we actually recruited revenue officers. And we can demonstrate that after that, we've had some significant improvement in revenue collection. But as I admitted, and my team here knows, that we have the problem with the mindset, where people still cut corners. That because I believe there's no revenue officer who can know that you have not paid revenue and let you go. They can't. So they really know who's supposed to pay and pay what. But it's some kind of unholy, alliances out there. It's an internal problem that we're really trying to sort out. Is bearing fruits, not as fast maybe as we want, but when you look at our revenue growth for the last 2 years, there's a bit of improvement. Of course, I'll be happy if I beat the target of Transzoia County Council, which had fewer revenue streams and they're collecting about 800 million. And of course, at that time, when they reached that record of 800 million, even councillors at that time participated in revenue collection. They went out and tried to participate. So it's a matter of sealing loopholes in the revenue collection department, where we have got officers. Actually, people fight to be deployed to revenue, including enforcement officers. They'll rather go to revenue than go to the hospital. So that should tell you something. Like when all policemen want to become traffic policemen, the motivation is quite obvious. So these are the things. If this committee has a solution, I'll gladly bring it on board. How do we seal loopholes in terms of leakage of revenue? Because that's where the problem is, nowhere else.
Chair.